Morning students, today we discuss about 11th D commerce subject. I welcome all of you for this group as a newly joined students in our school. So I heartily welcome all of you, both boys and girls. So in this video we discuss about the commerce subject, chapter 1, the subtopic barter system. So goods were exchanged for goods prior to invention of money. So money is the medium of exchange. Money is the medium of exchange for all purposes. So before invention of money, barter system will be applicable in our ancient period. So in this chapter we discuss about the historical background of commerce in the ancient period. So in this chapter we discuss the topic of a barter system. So barter system means goods were exchanged for some other goods before the invention of money. Mostly in recent time also in some of the villages this system is also available, barter system. Instead of exchange the money, they will exchange the goods. So for running the barter system there are certain conditions to be followed, then only the barter system will be applicable. That is condition number 1, each party to barter must have surplus stocks for the trade to take place. So those who wants to exchange the goods, they must have surplus stock after his consumption. Then only the barter system will be applicable. So surplus stock will be available. Those people wants to deal the exchange of goods for some other goods. Both the buyers and sellers should require the goods each other desperately. That is double coincidence of wants. So in this barter system, one who need the product, that product will be a surplus product of some other people, and that people will need the product of the first person. Suppose if A and B are dealing the barter system, means A need wheat and A will produce rice. A produce rice, A need wheat. He wants to deal barter system, means he contact B. In the hands of B, B will have wheat. After his consumption he will have some surplus wheat, and also he will need rice. Then only the barter system will be applicable. That is coincidence of wants will be applicable in the barter system. Buyer and seller should meet personally to effect the exchange. So in the case of barter system, both the buyer and the seller meet each other in the case of barter system. So the product exchange persons will meet each other. So these are 3 conditions of barter system. And then constraints in barter system. That means constraint means lack of barter system. That is difficulties of barter system. First one is lack of double coincidence of wants. Always coincidence of wants are not applicable. Unless 2 persons who have surplus have the demand for the goods possessed by each other, barter could not materialize. So unless, that means each person must have surplus stock and each person must need of one goods of some other goods. So suppose A is having surplus of groundnut and B is possessing rice in surplus. In this case, A should be in need of rice possessed by B, as the latter should desperately need groundnut possessed by A. So if this coincidence of wants does not exist, barter system cannot be exist. So always the coincidence of wants will not be applicable. Sometimes only it can be applicable. So barter system will have a difficulty of coincidence of wants. And then non-existence of common measure. So in the case of barter system, there is no common measurement because of weightage is not available in that ancient period. So barter system would not determine the value of commodities to be exchanged as they lacked commonly acceptable measures to evaluate each and every commodity. So in the case of barter system, every commodity will not have a equal weightage. Approximately only the person will exchange the product. So in the case of barter system, there is no common measurement of a product. So it was difficult to compare the value of all articles in the absence of an acceptable medium of exchange. Next, lack of direct contact between producer and consumer. So in the case of barter system, it was not possible for buyer and seller to meet face to face in many contexts for exchange the commodities for commodities. So meeting the persons, both buyer and seller, is not always possible. If it is possible, only the barter system will applicable. Otherwise, if there is no chance for meeting both the buyer and the seller directly, there is no barter system. So this hinders the process of barter in all practical sense. Next, lack of surplus stock. Lack of a surplus stock. Absence of surplus stock was one of the impediments in barter system. So in the case of barter system, both the person will have surplus stock. Suppose if one person will have surplus stock after his consumption, the other person will not have any surplus stock, means there is no chance for having the barter system between these two persons. So A will have a surplus stock, B will not have any surplus stock, but C will have a surplus stock, means A will meet C, not B. So there is a lack of surplus stock in the case of barter system, because of in all times there is no chance for having surplus stock. Then invention of money. All the aforesaid constraints were addressed by the invention of money as a medium of exchange. So based upon the above four difficulties of barter system, money has introduced a medium of exchange. So besides, there are other hindrances in the smooth exchange of goods from one place of production to the place of consumption, like place, time, risk, knowledge, finance, and so on. So beside the money as a medium of exchange hindrance, there are some other hindrances are there in order to exchange the goods from one place to another place. That is place hindrance, time, risk, knowledge, finance, and so on. These are some of the various hindrances for the smooth flow of goods from one place to another place. So these are addressed by various mechanisms in detail in the subsequent sections. Hindrance of commerce. Production of goods and services for the satisfaction of human wants is the main objective of an industry. So for running the industry, for producing the product, the purpose is it can be sent to the consumption place for consumption. So all the product which are produced by the industrial persons and the business persons, it must be reached to the consumer hands in order to consume the product. Then only it is a profitable one. Reaching those goods and services to the people for where these are produced is the object of commerce. So commerce serves as a valuable link between the producer and the consumer. So commerce render a valuable service in order to exchange the goods from producer to the consumer. So with that we conclude this video. We can continue the same chapter in next video. Thank you.